Hey there, boys and girls. It's your boy Sean J here with another video. This time from Ronex. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how to say his name, but yeah, we're gonna be reacting to his video on Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Awesome movie. Awesome movie. So yeah, let's get into it, right?
This is undeniably the greatest Spider-Man movie to ever touch the big screen. Everything that happens in this movie is peak. That first swing sequence felt exactly like Andrew's. Like I watched this in 4DX and I'm telling you for a fact, it genuinely felt like I was Spider-Man himself swinging through the city. I was in the seat moving just like these. The people next to me look confused as hell. Even the first encounter with the villain of the movie was peak. To the fight with Scorpion, everything they did in this movie was amazing. I can't tell you the smile that was on my face for the entire time. For the whole 2.5 hours, I was cheesing from ear to ear non-stop. This has to be the best movie of the year so far, and it's not even close. It's quite easily the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and I ain't even gonna lie, outside the Interverse series, it's the best Spider-Man movie hands down. Spider-Man 2 and TASM 1 have a special place in my heart, but this... incredible. I love everything they did with MJ and Ned, where they don't instantly come back into his life.
Oh, that scene with MJ telling Peter that she doesn't love him, doesn't even know him. Oof. That hit right here, man. That's why we love Spider-Man, man. Guy's just going through a lot.
Remembering everything that happened before the show, but it takes time throughout the movie to get them back, and all in all, they don't actually come back to Peter in this movie. That whole scene with MJ finding the letter Peter wrote, with him explaining everything to her, confessing his love, only to have her shatter it into pieces, singing the words, "I don't love you." They had to get us up, holding the entire room, Punisher included, and he wasn't even there. Ain't nobody can witness what just went down, and she was doing my dog bad this entire movie.
Then you had to swing with her all the way back.
In his face, sent that boy Peter into a spiral. Then when he comes to save her, she gon' get possessed by Jean Grey, kissing on the lips, supposedly cheating on her man, claiming that she remembers him. Had Peter thinking he was back in there, his terrible life is actually looking up, just for her to play in his face like a nigga on a blind date, hitting him with that deep voice. No! I swear writers just hate giving Peter Parker a good life. They will really do whatever they possibly can to make his life worse. But I deadass really enjoyed what they did with Ned and MJ. That final scene with Ned remembering the handshake due to muscle memory had me looking just like these. Absolute cinema. And everything else they did in this movie was really top tier. Like, don't even get me started with the fight scenes. I know I keep saying this and I'ma continue for every part of the movie, but these are the best fight scenes from any Spider-Man movie. Every single fight felt just like the Insomniac games. The way Peter was moving in this movie was exceptional. Him gaining those extra couple of years between the movies really shows he was out there moving like he wanted the body. Now that entire opening scene where he just goes around bodying every villain was just beautiful. Cause we can take it to the Scorpion fight right after he finds out about his new mutation and he gets to tweaking. Eyes went fully black as he pushes back his third leg, pause, holding it with one arm, pulls it in and slams him to the ground. Hits a LeBron jump into the air and a 2 foot of doom into his chest. Who are you? Hold on, Tom. And he ain't even done there, grabbing him by his stinger and throwing him straight into a police car, dragging him back and ripping it off completely, proceeding to put belt to ass on him with his own weapon. And Jean Grey in his body looking at him just like these. This is not the Spider-Man she knows. She finally releases him and Scorpion wakes up confused as hell. That boy woke up to get him beat on and a whole bunch of bruises. Reminded me of back in my heyday. Used to wake up to the belt. Life was crazy. And this ain't even the only great fight in the movie. The Hulk fight was the best thing I've seen in years. Although it was a little short for me, it was so peak, it's insane. Everything about this fight was tough. This is deadass the best Hulk we've had since damn Age of Ultron. This right here is the Hulk. Had me straight geeking in my chair. That scene where he starts to transform and hits the Oh my gosh, that's my goal right there. As he towers over Spider-Man, looking big as hell, and they get to boxing. He grabs him, slamming him down just like he did to Loki. Peter disappears onto his back, trying to get the inhibitor on, only to get slammed through multiple rooms as he gets the chasing him through the hallway. And all the camera shots they got in this movie
the whole
were really
spinning.
just so tough. The camera spinning as he runs, webbing him up, Hammy looking like these. He traps him with his webs, only for us to get the infamous move, the thunderclap. I don't think you understand just how happy I was to see this. The entire cinema went crazy just off this one scene. As he gets the charging in, Spidey picks up the shocker, getting slammed out the building. Only for as they're falling, he gets grabbed and slammed into the wall. And my only question is, how is he still alive? Like, I know Spider-Man is stronger and more durable than most heroes, but imagine getting slammed by this. And it's not even just once, nigga, twice. How? Slade. As he gets thrown away, grabbing the inhibitor back, he tries to swing back, only to get his web grabbed and pulled into the building. And this is where he decides to lock in, swinging through the building, and he gets the pinning him down onto it with his webs. He tries to get the inhibitor on, but that boy Hulk got the Cardi B BBO on his back. Ain't nothing getting through that. As he pushes himself off the building, bringing half of it with him, only for Peter to swing back and hit the cleanest, bringing both of them back into the building. And to me, this right here was the most visually appealing bit of the movie, with the Hulk trying to walk towards him and the rubble holding him back. Got the wind blowing in his face, nigga trying to aura farm. Sensational. As Peter comes in with the finishing move, shut your lame ass up, nigga. Breaking the shocker glove, and he gets straight to mollywopping him, just doing him the worst way, grabbing him by the face, and Peter gets the pleading for his life. And hey, I won't even blame him, nigga. Have you seen the Hulk? Imagine this, grabbing you by the head. Niggas can't even cope with an orangutan, let alone bro. As he manages to calm him back down, with Banner gaining somewhat of his conscious back and jumping off the building, ending the fight. Absolute
like maybe
cinema.
Hulk
My only two complaints about this is that it felt a little too short, and they showed way too much of this in the trailers. I could deadass understand the whole movie just off that 2-minute clip. Like, if they didn't show the Hulk at all in those trailers and they pop out with this, that genuinely would have been the greatest thing I've seen in my life. But other than that, quite literally everything else about this was peak. We ain't had a Hulk like this in literally 11 years. My goal ain't been seen on the big screen in a light like this in over a decade. This means something to me, man. I can't even explain to you just how geeked I was during this fight, and they just keep getting better as we get to the hand. The first half of this fight where he was putting belt to ass was really just something else. The weaving that was taking place was so Spider-Man-esque, it was beautiful. This entire fight just looked like he was hitting moves straight out of the Insomniac games. It's just so peak. But he ends up getting jumped and gets straight to looking in. And Jean Grey in his ear, talking to him like she ISO speed, trying to rage bait, just for this to give him a whole Zenkai boost. Taking off the inhibitor, accepting the spider part of him, and they get to boxing, shattering the sword into pieces. Shut your lame ass up, sending him flying back and saving him before he gets impaled like he's Luffy. Sundo, bro ain't even tree level, Brody a 10-10 victim. This is trash. He gets to bobbing and weaving every shuriken in sight. It's a weave, slip, block, parry, blocking the shot back, breaking it with his arm. Had them looking in straight disbelief as he webs up the shock blasters, breaking them on the ground. And this right here might just be the greatest bit of the entire movie. I'ma just let this peak play out.
Let him cook, bro. Oh yeah, dude. For the copyright. Oh, I didn't brag it. Oh, that was so peak. That was amazing, man.
Incredible as he breaks into the prison cell confronting Jean Grey. And this whole scene with Jean was really just great in itself. With them both accepting themselves, she goes into his head and Aunt May helping her not go down the path of revenge for what they did to her sister. With Peter comforting her, only for his spider sense to go off and he gets shot in the back by none other than the Punisher himself. Had the whole cinema looking just like these. I really thought they packed off my goat. And although he almost does kill Spider-Man, him and the Punisher's dynamic in this movie is deadass my
they were
favorite
really
part.
funny though.
They do their relationship so much justice in this movie, giving them that big brother, little brother kind of vibe, or even an angry uncle-nephew dynamic, where they just get on each other's nerves throughout the entire movie, but still ride for each other the entire time. Every time they was on screen together, I was looking just like these. Basically, all they did in this movie was argue until the very last moment, and it was still peak all the way through. There wasn't a scene where both of them in it where I was thinking this was a waste of time. And that last scene where he wakes up in the hospital after getting 360 no scope by Frank, with him waking up, crying, apologizing, and Peter walking out the hospital, seeing everyone rooting for him, and Frank wearing the mask was really just something else. They even adapted the panel with him carrying Spidey into the hospital after straight blasting him, and then going back on his word and all, taking a nap in the hospital. I know he was mad as hell reading that script. And it don't matter if he's the Punisher, John Berthel, or Shane Walsh, this nigga always has something to say. But this is where we get to the villain, the baddie herself, quite possibly the finest woman in the MCU, Jean Grey. And I know y'all see her right here though, she's so
I see the vision.
That's the finest woman in the MCU. Now the previous first place, the beautiful Black Widow, has been moved down to second. And it's not even like she just fine. Her acting
the best new
is genuinely top tier. The villain she plays, which ain't even the villain for real, is just so goated. With the whole plot of her sister being kidnapped and killed by Damage Control, she attempts to find and free her. In that whole scene where she finds out Max is just the brand of the ventilation system her sister saw before she died, had me looking at the screen just like these. I ain't even gonna lie, she should have packed her bro right here. He was bugging out. Brody had me fooled for a good guy. Jean Grey, my dog, you're a victim. Had her hitting the running up that hill for absolutely no reason. Still Stranger Things is flowing, word for word, bar for bar. But I ain't even gonna lie, even though she's the victim in this movie, some of her actions were completely
she was a bit too
like the whole bit of her pretending to be MJ and jumping off the roof was unnecessary. Spider-Man ain't do nothing to her except try to stop her from harming innocents. So dog, what did they F me for? Was doing the absolute most to violate Peter like he's at fault, like nigga F me. But regardless of all this, I ain't even gonna lie, her character was a great addition to the movie. Her taking over everyone's body that she playing real still, proceeding to manipulate and mess with Spider-Man the entire time. She's the sole reason we get the greatest Hulk of all time back in action. And like I said, that scene where she kisses Peter, giving him a smidgen of hope, only to strip it from him the very next second, made me hate and love her at the same damn time. Everything they do with her in this movie was peak, I ain't even gonna lie. But regardless of all the good in this movie, all the saving Peter does, this nigga Tom is just like Andrew. I ain't even talking in terms of acting or their performance. He is a menace. Now we all know that first scene in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 where he bodies about 20 people in the first 5 minutes of the movie. But we ain't have a care in the world. Let about 5 people die just so we can get one more quipping. Nigga, this is not my Spider-Man. And after watching this new movie, I realized that Tom did the exact same thing. Now to give the benefit of the doubt, Tom's one wasn't that bad because he really couldn't do anything to stop it. But he deadass allows like 10 people to get in the first couple minutes. And I ain't even got the footage to show it. But if you pay attention to the tank scene with the Punisher and the old lady, about 5 police cars get thrown across the screen like they Hot Wheel cars. Just for Peter Parker to let them fly by without a care in the world. Brody ain't even attempt to save them. He even go try to body a cop himself during the fight with the Scorpion. I know if JJJ was still around, he would have a full day with this information. About to cook up a 10-page essay on why Spider-Man is an elite piece of trash. And I wouldn't even blame him. But this is not enough for my rant. This movie was peak. Hands down the best Spider-Man live-action movie of all time. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Hey there guys, so yeah, that's the video now. That was an awesome movie. Spider-Man Brand New Day. I just saw that it made over $927 million opening weekend. That's amazing. It's amazing. Definitely top 3. Yeah, go and check it out, guys. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next one.